good afternoon. My name is Simon Harrison. I'm a lecturer at UCC down in Cork, and I'm going to show you how to do the Citizen Science Stream Index, which is a very simple technique to assess the water quality of a stream such as this. All you need is a pond net, there's a white tray on the bank, and a little recording scheme which I have on the bank as well. So first of all, I'll show you how to take the sample. Of course, it's based on sampling a stream for macro invertebrates, and these are the animals that live on the bed of the stream, on and underneath the stones. So we want to use our net to try to capture those animals. The technique we use is called the kick sample, and all we do is we place the net firmly on the bed of the stream like that, and we kick the stones and the gravel and the sand upstream of the net for about 30 seconds, and the animals will get disturbed and go into the net. So I'm going to count 30 seconds, and all we do is we try to turn over the stones and make sure the animals on the stones get dislodged and get into the net like this. And as we do so, we kick upstream like this, so we don't just kick the same place, we disturb as we go. So I'm kicking for about 30 seconds, walking upstream steadily, getting the animals into the net. We quickly get the animals. The first thing we want to do really is to remove leaves and debris like that, and we simply wash them upstream of the net. We don't want the leaves in the sample, like this, and that's most of them. Now there's a bit of debris still in there, but I'll show you how to get rid of that. Right, so here's our little white tray. You can use any kind of white tray. It's good white because it shows them up against a good background. We want to get about 1 centimetre of water in the tray, and again we get the animals down the end and we pop them in the tray like this. There you go. Make sure there's nothing on the net afterwards, and there's the animals. Now you can see there's quite a lot of debris in there. If there's too much, especially lots of stones, we can do a process called elutriation, and I'll show you how to do that now. So all I do is I take the tray and I gently swirl it and quickly pour the contents into the net, but leaving behind the heavy stuff. But that's got a lot of animals in there, so I do it again. I take the leading edge of the tray, get a bit of water in there, swirl and pour gently, leaving behind the heavy stuff. And again, swirl and quickly pour. And we do that until we're convinced there's nothing living or dead in the tray. There you go. I'll just give it a quick check. And you can see it's almost all stones. In fact, it is all stones. So we can get rid of that. And now we have a bit of a cleaner sample. I'm going to get about 1 centimetre of water in the tray. Put it on the bank like that. Make sure that our animals are down at the fag end. Okay. And pour that into the tray. If we have lots of leaves in the tray, we can wash them and remove them, but we'll live with it for the time being. So we have our sample now on the bank, and we want to look for the key species, the key taxa in the sample. So here's my recording sheet, and you can see here we've got what we're going to call the good guys and the bad guys. And the good guys are these three very characteristic invertebrates: a stonefly, a flattened mayfly, and a green caddisfly. And these are our good guys. Now over the page I've got a slightly better larger picture of them. Here they are. So stoneflies come in a variety of shapes and sizes, from ones that are almost 1 to 2 inches long to much smaller ones. So there's different types, but they've all got 2 tails at the end of their abdomen. These don't swim very fast, they kind of crawl over the substrate. These fellows over here are the flattened mayflies that lurch. They have a very characteristic swimming motion. They don't really swim, they live under stones. And these have 3 tails. You can see in the diagram 3 tails here. There's 3 main types in Ireland, but they've all got a flattened head, a wide flattened body, and 3 wide tails. Okay, and they crawl along. The third one is the green caddisfly. Basically, this is an underwater caterpillar, effectively. And this is very, very green colour. It's about 1 to 2 centimetres long, and you can see these gills coming out the side of the abdomen, giving it a kind of spiky appearance. So these are our 3 taxa that indicate good water quality. They're intolerant of poor water. Down here, what I'm calling the bad guys, these are all tolerant of poor water. In fact, they actually quite like poor water quality. And they are the leech, the snail and the water louse. The leech sometimes can be confused with the worm, but if you look at it carefully, it has a sucker at the top end and a sucker at the rear end, and these things move in a kind of a from top to toe, but they anchor both ends with a sucker. A worm doesn't have suckers at both ends, and they come in different sizes, but they all have these 2 suckers. The snails, enough said really, they've got a shell, and again they come in a variety of shapes and sizes, from these very small ones, the Hydrobidae, sometimes called the New Zealand mud snail. They're an alien invasive snail, but and they can occur in their millions in a stream, to the much bigger pond snails. So looking out for these very small little black things that sometimes appear like little black grains of sand. And lastly, we have the water louse, which is the aquatic version of the wood louse, which you'll find under wood piles and stones in your garden. And they're a crustacean with many legs and flattened appearance, like I said, look like a wood louse. Now these are our 6 key taxa. Of course there are many other taxa occur in the stream, many other species occur in the stream. Freshwater shrimp, the swimming mayfly, the blackfly larva, different types of caddisfly. But these don't really, they're not very good indicators of pollution or not. So we can discount these largely. So we've got the 3 good guys in the sample. The flattened mayfly, the stonefly and the green caddisfly. So all I have to do now is record it on the sheet. So here's my sheet. I've already done 2 samples earlier, and on the sheet I've written my name, Simon Harrison, the stream name, the Corraheen. What I might add is Corraheen, County Cork. This is my writing. Date, October 21, 2020, and the location, well, I haven't got a GPS. If you had a GPS, it'd be very good. I'm at the Corraheen Grotto, which is a well-known place, but if there is a GPS location or a GPS tag, please put that down, but that'll do. So previous samples, you can see I've ticked it where I've got it and put a cross where I haven't got it for sample 2 there. And now for sample 3, we've found a stonefly, we've got a flattened mayfly, we've found a green fly, and we didn't find a green caddisfly, we didn't get a snail, we didn't see a leech, and we didn't see a water louse. So I can simply add these up. These are all called positives, these are negatives. The first 2 is a +2, the second one is a +3, the third one is a +3. All I do is add those up to get a +8. Okay, so here's our traffic light system. +5 to +9 is good. So this is a good stream. Okay, and any observations in the bottom here, any algae or fine sediment, cattle access nearby, surface foam, I'll let you write that in. I'm not going to write anything here. There's nothing particularly exceptional about the stream, and no further observation. We are again in another stream in a very different setting. This is an urban stream, and I don't know if you can see them, but there's quite a few pipes coming into the stream from the surrounding houses, and you can certainly smell something not quite right. So we suspect that this may not be as good as the last one, which was rural. So we can use the invertebrates again to test that. So we've taken a kick sample and I've given a thorough check in this tray, and I would show you, but they're a bit small. Alright, so we have quite a few leeches, we have the water louse, and we have quite a few snails. So I can't see any flattened mayflies, there's certainly no stoneflies, and I can't see any of the green caddisflies. So really this has got 3 of the bad guys and none of the good guys. So if I go back to my tray again, I'll lengthen this out now. Actually, when you do this, by the way, a little trick, when you do that, you'll sometimes see all the leeches stuck to the bottom of the tray. So if you're having a hard job finding them, there they are at the end. And you can also see there's a little snail stuck to the bottom as well. So the snails and the leeches can be retrieved afterwards, which is a nice little trick. But this time I've got none of the green good guys and all 3 of the bad guys, the poor water quality indicators, and there they are, the leech. That's in fact is the sort we've seen. There's a snail and water louse, so we mark -1, -1, -1. So we get a -3 for that sample. If you did it 3 times again, I'm pretty sure we get the same result all 3 times. Okay, so this would end up being between -6 and -9. So this is a bad stream.